Hello and welcome back to the channel once again. I'm Mr. Sensible. Today we're going to have a look at a guy whose channel's called RightThe Hand, and he's got a total gish gallop of misunderstanding, lack of knowledge and fail. I'll let him introduce himself.
What up, RightThe Hand? We're going to be talking all the bullshit ball lies and my demolition of them, and it's not going to take an hour to do just Coriolis. I can probably do every single ball lie in under an hour.
And he's going to try. Better crack on with it then, RightThe Hand. We haven't got all day.
So Coriolis here, we don't feel the spin, so it's not spinning. We could end it there, I guess. We'll do one more. They'll say, oh, but it's not spinning fast, because yes, it's 1,000 miles an hour, but it's only one revolution a day, so it's not that fast. And I would be like, oh, okay, that makes sense, because if you had a whole bunch of NASCARs going around a track, right? And somebody was like, wow, those cars are flying, man. How fast are they going? And you go, oh, they aren't going that fast because they only make it around the track once a day.
Yes, I take your point about the NASCARs, but they're on a banked track to stop them flying off. On the Earth, we've got gravity that does much the same thing.
All right, next. This is supposed to be quote-unquote Earth. What the fuck is it floating in?
It's not floating in anything. It's just in space. It's in nothing. Okay?
Is it... I don't hear any other people ask ballers these questions. What is Earth floating in? You know how many ballers say it's falling? Oh my God, they'll tell you it's falling. And I go, to what? Is it falling to the ground? They think there was some explosion and it's just like... It got thrown out 4.5 billion years ago. The universe threw a fastball of the Earth, put a little curve on it, put a little spin so that all the water won't move.
Well, if you could just have a planet in isolation, just in the middle of space, it wouldn't be falling anywhere. We are falling towards the sun, or trying to, and as we curve, we miss the sun. Imagine throwing a ball and it curves down in an arc until it hits the ground. Now if you throw it so far it passes all the ground, that arc will continue.
So if this is a ball with water and atmosphere stuck to it in a vacuum chamber that is either being propelled for billions of years forward or is just straight falling, you need to demonstrate that. And if it's falling, why don't we jump off of it?
Yes, we're moving. What exactly do you think will slow us down? We're not going to get friction from the air. It's space. We will continue unless another force acts upon us. We'd continue a straight line. In our case, there is another force. That's the sun. And that's why we go into a curve. And because of the speed and distance, that curve becomes an elliptical orbit.
And then say, hey, we can't see some of Chicago because Earth curve. You don't see Earth curve, okay? When you have a physical body curving away from you, you cannot see what is fucking curving away from you.
Wow, a flat earther who gets it. You won't see the curve away, you just see the horizon. And looking around, it will look like a flat disc. Brilliant. Well done.
You're not seeing buildings and then coming up with a fucking excuse for why you're not seeing them.
If I put something round the side of your house, you're not going to see it from the front. Why? Because the building's in the way. We're not going to see all of those tall buildings at a distance because something's in the way. The curve of the Earth.
And the best idea you can come up with is the Earth is curving away from me in such a way that eventually people are going to be upside down under my feet. The only reason and the only proof that the Earth is quote unquote a ball is that they don't see a building.
So, Mr. Sensible.
Hello, mate. It's Dan.
Yeah, so how's it going, pal?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm just watching Flat Earth Debate.
Oh, you don't want to do that, man. You'll go blind and your palms will go hairy. Here, I think that Arwin's just seen my 1,000 subscriber special. I think he's a bit miffed now he's seen how long it took me to do it. Anyway, pal, I'm doing a quick video about that RightThe Hand bloke. And you know that thing you were telling me about the other day? Well, I wondered if I could borrow it, because I need it.
You got it. Oh yeah, it's somewhere on my desk. Hang on.
Yeah, well, cheers, Pat. If you could send it to me, that would be great. I'll tell you what, I'll set you up on a date with Orphan Red, okay? See you, mate. Right, cool. Oh, excellent. Okay, now Dan sent that, we can go ahead.
The only reason and the only proof that the Earth is quote-unquote a ball is that they don't see a building.
Thanks for that, Dan. I really appreciate it. Hey everyone, if you haven't checked him out already, check out SciManDan. He's an upcoming creator. Go and have a look. He could do with the subs.
So this, I don't know what the fuck it is, but until you can prove that something can fall around a ball in a vacuum chamber over and 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 over.
Oh no, I think I've broken my flurf.
Over and 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 over again. I'm not going to believe that it's fucking what you tell me it is. I'm going to believe it's a light.
Use a website like Heavens Above to predict when the ISS is going to come over. Get yourself some binoculars or a telescope and have a look for yourself.
Because only a light can move across the top of the sky. You don't have objects falling around a ball over and over again.
Bold ass assertion. Go read a science book.
This doesn't prove Earth is a ball floating in space. It proves there's a picture of something that looks like what you've been told. Don't assert because you have this, then that means the Earth is what they tell you. No, that's your faith in a picture. And on the same note, forget air next to a vacuum. We don't... You fucktards! 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 This is why ball earthers and flat earthers, this is why I'm not a flat earther, because they're both as stupid as fuck. Now, you will argue, as a flat earther, show me a vacuum surrounding an air pressure. Fuck that! Why are you giving them something? Get that fucking ball with that fucking water and that air stuck to it in that vacuum chamber. Why are you leaving out half the equation?
Well, it looks like Princess Stroppy is throwing a strop. You want a ball of rock with water on it, with atmosphere, in a vacuum? We got one of those. We're living on it.
Alright, this is what they call a lunar or solar eclipse. I don't even give a shit. It's a visual event in the sky which I can replicate and duplicate exactly on a screen, which means it can possibly be a screen. So you can't say that it has to be matter orbiting matter in a vacuum, then the rock gets in the way of the sun, which is a ball of fire, which we'll get to, and that's blocking it out. You can't say that unless you can demonstrate the principles and properties of matter which allow that to happen in reality. I can demonstrate a screen doing exactly what you see in the sky. So until you can do that exact same thing in reality with balls and a light, Alright, now, things fall down. I'll say, yeah, things fall down. What, are you going to argue with me about that? Oh, no, things don't fall down.
No, not going to argue with that. Lots of things fall down. Mainly your arguments.
You could go, why do they fall down? I'll give you an explanation. Doesn't mean that's why it falls down. Now, the principal problem with their explanation of why things fall down, if you want to go down the route of explanations and how they're bullshit, but we'll try and connect it to reality, is they'll say the Earth is pulling everything down.
Gravity for the win.
And you'll go, well, how does it do that? Is there a physical connection between the Earth and the rock, and is it constant? Or is it a cycling pull? Is it a wave? Is it pulling, not pulling, pulling, not pulling? Or is there a constant pull? Is it uniform? What is the mechanism? Is there a physical connection? They can't answer any of these questions. So, there you go. Now again, I don't rarely hear people say this, but I'm going to give you ballers an argument help here. If people go, well, wood goes up in water, you go, well, the water is going down on Earth, right? The water's not floating up, the water is down on Earth. It's just there. Okay, so then it becomes, what's keeping water to Earth? I never hear a baller say that when I use the wood thing. Well, wood goes up in water. Well, yeah, but Earth is quote unquote pulling the water down. So what does keep water down? I don't know.
Gravity. Little g. By the way, whatever you do, do not talk to Anthony Riley or you've really had it.
These are the stars or lights in the sky. Yes, they move. That doesn't mean the Earth is spinning. That doesn't mean they're balls of gas in a vacuum spinning around us or stationary or whatever the fuck you say is happening. I'm sure there's plenty of other explanations for why what you see is happening, but it doesn't prove anything except what we see.
I can't take much more of you. You don't believe or accept anything. If you reached a crossing and the light was red, you'd refuse to believe it was dangerous to walk out. You'd step in front of a car because you wouldn't believe that cars are driving along at speed and you shouldn't cross when it's red.
Ball Earth is a religion. Where's the proof? Where's the science? Where's the evidence and demonstrations in reality? Everything you have is, I trust experts.
In science, in real science, which is scientists, highly trained people with years of experience, conducting various experiments, gathering all the evidence, to my knowledge, there is not a single shred of evidence pointing towards a flat Earth. The percentage of evidence pointing towards a globe Earth, I believe, is somewhere in a region of 100.0000%, and it may be more. Your video is the biggest ranting of unsupported Gish Gallop of assorted crap it's ever been my misfortune to come across. The number of bold-ass assertions you made with zero evidence is beyond compare. So I suppose you win on that one anyway. A big thanks to all my patrons. Massive thanks to my wonderful patrons: Bernard Godfrey, Elizabeth Schneider, Frank Kelly, Frederick Sigard, John Calvin Hobbs, Mick Farnham, Mitch Goldstein, Poison Toad, Roy Fraser, Simon D and Steve Pleggy. Thank you all so very, very much. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Just hit mini-me down in the corner. I appreciate all the views, the likes and the comments. As I said, don't forget to check out SciManDan's channel. He's a great guy and he could do with the subs. He's only currently got... Oh.